Welcome back, wanderers. Side B didn't just arrive. It landed on my desk like a grenade. While I was digging through the transmission files, I found a note taped to one of the tracks. Looked like V.A.T.S Cameraman handwriting. Burned at the edges, bloody fingerprint on top. And all it said was, "Play this one first." So, I reshuffled the entire side. If the cameraman risked his life to leave that message, I guess we should listen. Here's track one. It's called Trauma Hurricane. Quick heads up, this track contains strong language and a bit of emotional shrapnel. If that kind of wasteland weather hits you too hard, you might want to skip this one. Thanks for tuning into Godfather Radio, your favorite wasteland broadcast. Get ready.
I'm the guy behind the lens when you trigger V.A.T.S. Dodging bullets, bone confetti, and bloody armor cracks. Player gets the glory, I get the gore. Every slow-mo kill knocks me straight to the floor. Trip on a landmine, guess who's near? Yeah, me with a camera and a ring and ear. I wanted to win film prizes, carve out a name, not mutant, guts dripping down in a summer rain. Every time the world goes still, I'm shoved into another kill. My hazard suit, a joke at best. Yesterday an eyeball smacked my chest. Freeze the world in a crossfire hurricane. Time slows down while I frame someone's pain. Players posing pretty while I grab my trauma prize. I'm the cameraman who suffers for the shots he glorifies. He yells closer, closer. Bro, are you insane? That death claw's breath just fogged my frame. Zoom in on the spine shot, yeah, sure thing. But now that glue is glued across my chin. Glitches send me ragdoll high. I've seen my life flash across the sky. Once I clip straight through a car. Shaky cinematography by far. Players kill streak hits the roof. Mine hits the medic's tent. That's truth. If you see a camera flying by, that's me again. I rarely die. Freeze the world in a crossfire hurricane. Time slows down while I frame someone's pain. Suffers for the shots he glorifies. He needs the glory shot, I need the pay. Though I forget that fact each wasteland day. Hit record, hold breath, hope I survive. 'Cause the V.A.T.S shot circus keeps me half alive. Freeze the world, everything's shaking apart. Even time can't hold this on. Players shouting, hold that frame. My balls, yeah, again. Freeze the world, I'll film it all once more. 'Cause someone's gotta capture this wasteland gore. Roll that V.A.T.S, let the carnage rise. Nothing stays unseen by V.A.T.S cam eyes.
Ever carry so much junk? The wasteland screams at you. This guy did. The overload alarm fired up. He panicked, dumped everything. All his precious loot gone in one dramatic glitter explosion. Everything. Except for one little ring. He hadn't bothered to examine the first time around. A ring that simply said, unlimited weight. Guess the wasteland has a sense of humor. Here's overload.
Woke up in the dirt with a half-dead grin. Lost my camp, my caps, my kin. Spent all my perks on blood and flame. Now every thought just sounds the same. Maxed out guns, forgot to breathe. Now I'm strong in aim, but weak beneath. I'm on overload, can't move my soul. Too much junk, not enough control. Every step I take, my fate unfolds. The wasteland laughs, that's how the story goes. Found a note on a rusted blade, salute below, don't tempt your fate. Heart started racing like a stim-packed dream. Gold in my eyes and my conscience clean. Kicked down the door, saw a shining pile. For a second there I almost smiled. I'm on overload, can't move my soul. Too much loot, not enough control. Alarm goes off, the sirens roll. The wasteland laughs, you never learn, old soul. Sirens wail through the rust and flame. The vault lights up, I'm the one to blame. Steel boots, thunder, circuits blaze. A robot screams, unauthorized evacuate. I drop my dreams to make it out. Each falling cap, a scream of doubt. Heart pounding hard, no time to think, just run. Don't blink, don't blink. Don't blink, don't blink. Crawl outside, the night's still red. Laugh at the mess, my choice is bread. The smoke rolls off, the silence hums. My heart beat louder than the drums. I open my hand, one thing remains. A little ring with rusted chains. Boots carry weight, engraved with care. Guess fate forgot to make it fair. Overload, overload. Strong enough to lose it all, still walking on. With nothing to hold.
Okay, wanderers. This next track hit me hard. I mean, really hard. I almost called in help. But then I got blindsided by a toilet punchline. Here's Mangled, but Mary, get ready.
Broke into a raider house 2:15. Filled my bag with shiny junk I'll never really use. Alarm starts screaming, I'm running for my life. Left arm goes boom, right arm says goodnight. Stepped in a bear trap on my one good leg. Half price hero, that's what the wasteland said. Mangled but merry, crawling through the smoke, laughing like a fool who's permanently broke. Raiders on my tail and gravity below. Half a man left, but hey, I stole their dough. Climb to the rooftop, bleeding like a sieve. Raiders kick the door and yell, you should probably leave. One tiny step and off the edge I roll, praying I don't land on the nukes I stole. Blackout fading, pine trees clapping in the breeze. Dog meat dragging me through leaves that shouldn't glow this green. Buddy, I'm doomed but he brings a magic cure. Presses in a stim pack, boom, I'm good as new for sure. Mangled but merry, healed by a furry friend, running through the forest like I've got my limbs again. Laughing at danger, wild and free. Wasteland miracles were made for you and me.
Wait, why does everything smell like piss?
I wake up slumped on a busted toilet throne, legs gone numb and pants half down alone. Dog meat chewing on my hand like it's a midnight snack. Guess my iguana dinner tried to bite me back. Turns out my limbs were fine all along. Just drunk and passed out where the smell was strong.
Okay, folks. I used to think this track was just another glitch story, but it reminds me of something a wanderer once told me. A story he swore was true. Said that during a crash he slipped behind a mesh into a place that shouldn't exist. Claimed he spent years there, years that never passed for us. And when he finally found his way back, all he wanted was to find the friend he thought he'd lost while he was gone.
But the strange thing, he found him just around the corner, standing there as if no time had passed at all. I always treated it like a myth, but hearing this track, and the one that echoes it later, it feels like pieces of his story suddenly fit together like a puzzle I didn't know I was holding. And honestly, for the first time, I think it might have been real. Here's Engine Failure 1.
You ever shared a victory so good? You forgot how broken the world was? Yeah, this one's for all the wanderers who laughed before the crash and found themselves stuck in one eternal deja vu.
This is Engine Failure 1. You are listening to Godfather Radio.
We struck it rich by the riverside, two fools in mud, our pockets wide. She laughed, said, buddy, we might just live. I said, nah, we'll die rich, take all I can give. Boots were heavy, hearts were light. We joked about cabs and called it a night. But at that door, when the world turned slow, she stepped through and didn't show. Oh, buddy, where'd you fade? Past the door the world remained. I left my heart where your shadow grew. Still reaching out, still calling you. Every year I walk alone to that home where you still roam. I searched the halls, the rusted lands, through ghosted doors and broken sands. Then there you were, still trying to pass, head first through that crooked glass. Your hands kept moving, frame by frame. The world forgot, but you remained. Eyes like static, breath long gone. Still walking, still loading on.
I called you softly,
Line by line,
fast, quiet knocks of
failed design.
the world said hold.
A gentle crush,
A collision broke your stubborn rush.
your shadow split, then braided true. One walked the wild, one stayed askew. I breathe, go on, find your own home, and let the current sing you on. Oh, buddy, now I know where the lost transmissions go. Your echo hums through wire and chrome, a quiet spark that feels like home. I left my loop, I lost my friend, but some lose, never end. So when the static starts to bloom, I hear your steps across the room. Maybe she made it out, or maybe she's still running, just lighter now. If you listen close, you can almost hear her hum along.
Hey, Wanderers. Here's a little lesson from the Wasteland. Don't trust a power armor that's running low on battery. Especially not when you rely on it to tell you who you're supposed to be. This one's called low on character. Get ready.
I was a sunshine kid with a daydream grin. Should a wasteland waited for the hero in my skin. Had the stance, had the swagger, had the brave man pose. With a mind that never matched my pony nose. Found a little shop buried under sand. Books full of perks I could barely understand. Strength, smarts, luck, all shining like gold. Each one a promise of the man I'd hold. I flipped through pages, trying hard to change, hoping for a perk in my mental range. But the letters dance like they knew the truth. You don't level up without some proof. So close to the power I could almost taste it. A whole new me, and somehow I misplaced it. Those glowing pages telling me to choose, but the words hit harder than a Raiders bruise. Yeah, fate had plans, but not for this fool. Now I'm stuck here in a dead battery suit. Then she walked by with a bottle and a grin, like she'd seen 1,000 lost boys just like me. Said, and if the pages won't raise your stats, maybe gear can do what schooling can't. She tossed me power armor like it weighed no more than air, and suddenly I felt too big to care. Back in the store I fed the comic to the core. The suit lit up and read me what I missed before. Inside a little shell, a voice began to read, soft and steady like it understood my needs. Step one out of who, and it faded out like the world pulled the plug on my hero route. So close to the power I could almost taste it. A whole new me, and somehow I misplaced it. Those glowing pages telling me to choose, but the words hit harder than a Raiders bruise. Yeah, fate had plans, but not for this fool. Now I'm stuck here in a dead battery suit. Come on, suit, your power armor, right? Just read me chapter 1 tonight. Step 1, hello? Hello? Oh, come on, really? Had the armor on, had a hero's view. Guess knowing how to read was all I really needed to. Now I'm locked in still with my hopes on mute. No juice left to teach me what those pages knew. Yeah, the wasteland laughs, but the punchline's the truth. I'm a hero in a dead battery suit.
Okay, Wanderers. If engine failure 1 felt like a myth, this one feels like the party never told me. Listening to both of them back to back, it's like hearing two voices calling across the same fault line. One searching the mesh, and one waking up inside it. And the strange thing,
Somehow they remember each other. Like two echoes brushing past, frame by frame, both convinced the other was the one who never came home. I don't know if that's time, or the glitch, or just what happens when a friendship refuses to die. But this track, this one sounds like the moment a lost transmission finally answers back. Here's Engine Failure 2.
You are listening to Godfather Radio. We hit the door, the air was bright. He laughed, man, we made it right. I turned to grin, but the world went slow, like glass about to overflow. He reached ahead, his hand was near, but light been wrong, it cracked the gear. One frame apart, the scene misplayed. I saw him fade, his colors frayed. I tried to shout, but the sound glitched low. The physics froze, I couldn't go. He called my name, it looped then bled. I'm here, I screamed, but no one read. He pounded walls I couldn't feel. His echo slipped through unreal steel. I watched him fade to loading dust, and time forgot what code to trust. I ran through rooms that never came. Each reset whispered half his name. Saw my hands in 20 frames, each one begging out of aim. His pack is looped still on my chest, weightless now but not at rest. Then silence, soft and undefined, rewrote the ghost inside my mind. Now I wake beneath the wire, cold but humming, full of fire. The sky's rebuilt but to a line. The dust still hums his name inside. I search for him, the one I knew. The loop still sings his residue. Hey old pal, if you still hear, what year is it? Are you still near? I've seen the mesh behind the dawn, where daylight's just a shader drawn. The world's a shell, a breathing code, a paper skin on a broken node. So if I smile through static seam, don't wake me, I became the dream. Between two frames I found release. The glitch was death, and then was peace. End of transmission, or beginning of one. Buddy, you still there? Buddy, you still there?
Poor wanderers. Mystery solved. The big cap crisis from 10 years ago. The one that got me fired. Yeah, she started it. By accident. And judging by what the Wasteland did to her factory, karma didn't wait long. Here's Capsized.
I crawled through dust, a bullet in my side. Begged a traitor once to help me stay alive. He just laughed and said, no caps, no fix. Out here pain is cheap, healing costs the bricks. I stumbled through the ruins mountains thinking fate was done, till I found an old factory hiding from the sun. Rust whispered softly through a broken hatch. Press one button, girl, make yourself some caps. Capsized, by the caps I made. Capsized, watch it all cascade. Capsized, yeah, the wasteland paid for every bottle cap I sprayed. Pressed out a handful, felt the healing fast. Warm light in my veins, safety at last. Then I printed slower, hiding from the day, letting fortune gather where the shadows lay. Kept my pockets empty, kept my name real small, hid every treasure behind a secret wall. Every cap I printed made the prices climb. My quiet little kingdom bending threads of time. Capsized, by the caps I made. Capsized, watch it all cascade. Capsized, yeah, the wasteland paid for every bottle cap I I woke at midnight, soaked in sweat, dreaming a nuke was coming for me. Yet fire from heaven, roaring bright, a ghost of the trouble I sparked one night. I gasped for air, then felt it fade, just a nightmare my guilt had made. I laid back down, hands trembling thin, and drifted off to sleep again. Capsized, was it just a dream? Capsized, was it just a scream? Capsized, or something shifting in the seams, waiting there for me.
Okay, folks, I've been listening to this tape for hours now, and I swear this next song feels like the twisted sequel to One Time Hero. At least, that's what my brain tells me. Or maybe it's the fumes leaking from the generator again. Either way, let's dive into Chem4n love.
Met her by the gate in Diamond City's haze. Camera in her hand, truth written on her face. She called me blue in the diamond rain. Said you don't look lucky, you look in pain. I laughed it off, lit up a smoke. The world felt real before it broke. Every headline she wrote lit up my scars, and I started seeing hope where the ashes are. She's the voice behind the paper, the fire in the rain, and I'm the ghost still chasing what I'll never gain. She's the truth in a city built on lies. I'm just her shadow under neon skies. They came for her truth, I stood in their sight. Chem-stained hands, ready for the fight. She looked in my eyes, they were drowning in mud. The man she once loved was already dead. I saved her life, almost traded mine. But the Chem showed my shadow and cut the line. Piper, is that you when the stimpak bites? Or just the Chem ghost whispering, I won't survive tonight? The nurse says rest, but I still see your eyes in every flicker where the daylight dies. She's the voice I can't remember, the dream I can't undo, the ink that blurred between the lies I thought were true. If love's a story no one reads, then I'm the line the paper bleeds. Did you ever wake up in a straitjacket, covered in roach guts, and still feel proud? Me neither. In memory of the one-time hero.
Alright folks, hope you liked that one. Our next track comes from the legend himself, Wasteland Joe. We finally know what led to that tragic incident, and the poor soul who got caught in it is now in the sanatorium. Good news, she's doing better. Here's Skatm4n Joe.
Still I try through the heat and red-soaked land, clutching the note in frozen hands. Said, find old Joe at Galaxy News. He knows the truth, he'll talk you through. But all I hear through static waves is a record stuck on the same old phrase. Radio's hissing, glitching slow. Every echo whispers Joe. Skatm4n Joe. Reach the station door half shut, smell like vodka, dust and rot. Step through cables, sparks that flew, a dying light, a single view. There he sat, poor Wasteland Joe, frozen mid-glitch, head hanging low. I tried to speak, but he wouldn't load, just he'd pose to his broken ode. The loop swelled slowly, lights grew thin, and I knew the room had locked me in. Terminal blinking, access denied. I laughed so hard I almost died. Skatm4n Joe, I made it here. Your endless loops, my final cheer. Do body do, the record slips. My sanity falls in tiny chips. Skatm4n Joe, I'll drink to that. One last vodka, one last chat. If the world won't open the door for me, I'll dance in your glitch for eternity. Pit boys flashing, no more bars, just the hum of dying stars. I call for help, but the line says no, so I raise my glass to Skatm4n Joe. Laughing loud in the static glow, do body do till the vodka's low. If the world reboots, you'll find me so. Respawn right next to Wasteland Joe. Looping forever in stereo. censorship, static and extremely poor building safety standards. You're listening to Godfather Radio, where the music never stops, even when you desperately want it to.
So, confession time. Earlier today, I sounded pretty confident about that girl. Kickstarting the Great Bottle Cap crash, remember? Yeah, that's because I already heard the next track. Didn't want to spoil the drama. But now that we're here, brace yourselves. This is Capsized Part 2. And suddenly I feel real good about not owning a factory. Get ready for the crash.
Prices kept climbing like dust in a storm, turning neighbors to strangers in a world outworn. The Brotherhood blamed traders for the rising cost. The NCR swore the Wasteland's balance had been lost. Whispers turn violent in the markets and streets. Every faction convinced the others were cheats. And while the world argued who carried the blame, I felt the tremor of a fire with my name. By the weight I build, capsized under rust and guilt. Capsized. Every price I raised fell back on me in a burning haze. Then a single bloom lit the desert sky, a quiet flash where the wind ran dry. My little kingdom vanished in flame. No one to fault, no one left to blame. Ash on my boots where the factory stood. Caps turned brittle where the heat hit the wood. All of my secrets scattered in the sand. Melted dreams I once held in my hand. Years of quiet fortune turned into smoke. A lesson written in the fallout's choke. And when I searched for help I couldn't afford, I heard my own regret roar back indoors. Capsized by the weight I build. Capsized under rust and guilt. Capsized. Every price I raised fell back on me in a burning haze. Capsized by the flood I made. Capsized. Watch it all degrade. Capsized. Now a nuke costs more than any life my empire lost. Capsized. I saw it in my dreams. Heard it in the scream. Maybe all along the warning was meant for me.
Okay, folks. Last song of side B. And yeah, this is the one that finally broke my brain. I think it's about a father looking for his son, or the son looking for the father, or both, but in the wrong century. Look, side B was weird from the start, alright? Let's just feel this one instead of solving it. Final track. Father, where are you?
Woke in the vault, air tasting of frost, dream of a cradle, a name I lost. I searched the ruins, followed your code, through whispers and wires, through stories untold. Father, where are you now? I built a world, I kept your vow. In glass and light I made them free, but none of them remember me. I found your tape near a fallen sign. It said Eden 02, prototype line. You spoke of peace, of human design, but I heard the sorrow between each line. Father, where are you now? You dreamed of life, I showed them how. You left your heart in the world above, I bury mine in circuits of love. Your voice grew faint on the final track, said the light you seek won't bring me back. I rewound hope, but the sound decayed. All I found was what we made. Now I walk where your echoes sleep, through halls of chrome and memories deep. The Eden tapes still call your name, each one ends the same. Father, where are you now? I built my heaven from your vow. Two ghosts on a radio line, talking through the end of time. End of Eden sequence, signal lost, but love remains.
Thanks so much for sticking with me through all the static, the stories, and whatever strange emotion side B stirred up in that dusty heart of yours. If you enjoyed the ride, leave a little love out there in the digital wasteland. A like, a subscribe, or tell a friend who still has working ears. Helps keep this old signal alive. You can find me on YouTube at Godfather Radio and out in the wilds of the net at radio.godfather.de. There's more lore, more tapes, and more weirdness waiting for you. Until next time, stay safe, stay strange, and keep the signal strong. This is your Godfather Radio DJ signing off.